Malky, if we can start with a look back to the weekend. You had a 1-0 win against Motherwell, which maybe can oblige their status in the league. But you started off with 5 changes. Was there any particular reason for such a wholesale change?
No, I think we've got all of our players that are vying for positions now. The competition's high, and as we do in any week of preparation leading up to the games, you look for who's going to bring the most value to that particular game, given what they've done in that week, So no, I think we'll get faith and confidence in the full group, and I'm more than happy to select any one of the fit players to play and have a trust in them.
The first half was, I thought, fairly even, but the second half you almost had a surfeit of chances. Lizzie Arnott getting the single goal. Was that a wee bit of a worry of you a wee bit of a worry for you that you had so much possession but weren't able to make it really tell?
I think we're now at a point with the girls, we have an absolute calmness about the group. So whether in the past we would probably have felt that we were not in control of it because we weren't scoring the goals, whereas now we have a belief in our squad that as long as we're dictating play over the 90 minutes, that we'll win the game. So whether we win by one singular goal or whether we win by 2, 3, 4, it becomes irrelevant. What is really relevant is the fact that we do dominate the ball and that we create chances, and obviously then comes down to being clinical in front of goal.
You're talking about calmness and belief. You had Kirsten Riley was on for the last half hour. She, I think, tends to be if not a cold and calculated player, she's somebody that doesn't panic under pressure. Obviously, she's been out for a fair while. Has she had any reaction to the games that she has played?
Yeah, she's came off the back of the game, and come straight into training. So she's now 100% in herself. Her confidence levels are really high. I think in that particular game, if I remember rightly, the pitch wasn't the best surface that we played on. The weather conditions were really difficult for both teams to play in. And I think credit to Motherwell, they tried to break the play up, they slowed it down. And Kirsten going on to that environment, I think it just shows the faith and the belief that we do have in the full army of the squad that we have, and also the staff that we have, that we know that the players are fully prepared. And I thought, to maybe single her out, I thought coming into that game, she showed great endeavour. She had a trust about herself, and I think she was quite complete in her performance.
The next 2 weekends, you've got games against the 4th and 5th place teams, against Hibs and Aberdeen. Both of them at home, which is normally an advantage. Hibs, you've had 2 wins over them, but it's been by the single goal, the 1-0 away and the 2-1 at home. Are you expecting much of the same challenge from them this weekend?
Yeah, I think so. We've spoke as a group about any team that comes to play against Glasgow Rangers. It's somewhat of a cup final for them, where they feel they've got maybe that wee bit extra thing to prove. So that's why we find ourselves in that situation where we're having tough games, against the Hibs and against anybody for that matter. But I think come Sunday, if we stick to what we've been doing in the past, and we have that belief, and we can add a clinical edge to our play, then I think we should come out of that game the way we want it. I think we will come out of that game on top.
And lastly, what I normally ask you, Malky, although we are a little bit away from the game itself, this is recorded Tuesday and the game Sunday. In terms of your, you said that you've got an almost, apart from a couple of long-termers, you've got an almost full squad to choose from. In terms of that, is that still the case? And do you have any suspensions to worry about?
No suspensions. We'll have a duty of care to Rachel McLaughlin, who played some minutes in a friendly game during the week there. So we'll just need to see how she reacts to that in training. probably round about Thursday, Friday, we'll have a look at Rachel and see what state she's in. Will she be able to contribute and be part of the squad? Emma Brownlee's still a wee bit away. She's probably a week away from joining the group and training. Chelsea Cornett will come in and train on Friday. So again, it'll just really kind of leave Emma and Rachel in the balance.